Here's our picture on the back, and it's called Our Great Big Backyard. It's really about our national parks. So it begins with a picture of the United States with a trip that this family decided to take all the way from the Everglades in Florida, all the way across the country to Yosemite in California. So they're going to visit a lot of national parks. But you know why the mother wants to go? Because her little girl, Jane, is always looking down at a screen. You know what I mean? Looking at playing video games or looking at an iPad. Our Great Big Backyard, and this book is for you all, for the Children's National Medical Center. Huddle, my best friend Hank said, I have our whole glorious summer mapped out. Look what they're going to do. These are Hank's summer plans. Hank wanted to watch a different movie every day. Ricky was going to create a YouTube channel. Louise and I couldn't wait to have an epic Starship tournament. iPads, video games, Wi-Fi. Oh my, it was going to be the best summer of our lives. But then, that was before that night. Mom and Dad gave us the bad news. We're going to spend the summer on a road trip. Dad's map was different from Hank's, but I was supposed to spend the summer with my friends. Jane, there's more to life than staring at a screen. You'll love being on the open road. As if I didn't have enough to worry about, my pest of a brother Sam kept bothering me. Come on, Jane, let's go outside. We'll practice camping. Look what Jane's going upstairs with, an iPad. On the last day of school, first I didn't finish. He said, we'll practice camping. And I said, no way, I'm busy. On the last day of school, my parents picked me up for what they called the Great American Road Trip. Look how unhappy she is to say goodbye to her friends. I sent my friends a message. I'm leaving on a road trip. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh boy, I hate to go. As we drove south, my parents sang along to show tunes. How humiliating. At least I had their phone to keep me company. Can you see Jane there looking at the phone the whole time? Jane, put that away. You're missing some beautiful sights. All I'm missing is time with my friends. But look what she's missing. Eagles and bears and beautiful mountains to look at. But instead, what does she want to look at? The phone. First stop, Everglades National Park. Swamps, cypress trees with creepy hanging moss, and mosquitoes as far as the eye could see. Big deal. There's nothing to see here, she says. Look what she's looking at. But look what she's missing. Alligators, manatees, flamingos and roseate spoonbills, tortoise. Look at all the things she's missing at the Everglades. The Everglades are a national park in Florida, and these are all the animals you can see there. We drove forever to get to our next stop. As we crossed the Mississippi River, Sam waved to a riverboat captain. Ahoy, matey! I hid behind my iPad. Next stop, Big Bend National Park. I couldn't wait to get out of the car so I could finally play Starship. Jane, please put that down. Come look through the telescope. Look how the illustrator drew Jane's face lit by the iPad. Don't you like that illustration? So what's she doing? She's wanting to play Starship, but what she's really missing? Real stars. Oh, wow. The sky in Texas was huge and bright. Then bless my lucky stars, a meteor shower lit up the sky like fireworks, brighter than any screen I'd ever seen. This is the Big Bend National Park that's in Texas. So they have a little sign that says, "The stars at night are big and bright." You know that song? Deep in the heart of Texas. We traveled west across the desert. Sam and I pretended we were astronauts on Mars. Next stop, Grand Canyon National Park. We tiptoed over the skywalk like acrobats on a tightrope. The river so far below looked like a shiny ribbon. So now they're at Grand Canyon National Park. This is what happens when you put your iPads down, is you pretend things and you use your own imagination. And that's what they're doing, aren't they? As we explored the Grand Canyon, I sent a selfie to my crew. Yes, that's me on Blaze, my mule. The only thing missing is you. XOXO. When we rafted down the Colorado River, I was a pirate captain with Sam as my first mate, navigating treacherous waters. Next stop, Yellowstone National Park. We were park rangers on the lookout for animals. Mountain lions, buffalo, and bears. Oh my! And here's a riddle. What did the park ranger say to the skunk? Do you all know? The answer's right here. Smell you later. Take a hike. You can read it because there's an asterisk. See the little asterisk right here at the end of the riddle? When you see an asterisk in a book, you look at the bottom of the page and there's another asterisk and it'll tell you something about what you just read. So that's where the answer to the riddle is. Then they were at Yellowstone. They went to the geyser, Old Faithful. We waited and waited for Old Faithful to explode into the air. Then finally, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. It was like a real starship shooting off into the sky. And the illustrator named this starship. You know what Jenna named it? The Enforcer. Y'all know who the Enforcer is? She was another First Lady, Jenna's grandmother, Barbara Bush. So that is named for Barbara Bush. Last stop, Yosemite National Park, which is way out in California. Sam and I served our last dinner on the road. Fireflies hung in the air like fluttering stars. We pretended we were cowboys, and they're singing "Oh My Darling." You know that song, "Oh My Darling Clementine"? The mountain went up and up, straight into the sky, watching over us. I felt really small, but like I was part of something big too. The next morning, I couldn't find my most prized possession, my tablet. Oh no! Jane, you packed it a week ago, Mom said. How can I tell my friends that we're coming home? Wait, I got it. She wrote him a postcard. Dear Hank, hi from Yosemite. You'd love it here. Be home soon. XX Jane. What'd you like best? I asked Sam. The campfires. I thought about all the stars. I'm gonna miss our big adventure. I was sad when we got home, but then I took Baxter into our backyard and I had a brilliant idea. Mom, can my friends come over for a camp out? I told Hank and Ricky and Louise all about the places we'd seen. I had the best summer after all. It's spectacular out there. Just then, a shooting star shot across the sky. Look, it's beautiful right here in our own backyard. And it's beautiful right up here in the children's garden, isn't it? The end. Here's their trip. You can look at it and see how they went all the way across the country. And right here is a list of all the national parks and national historic sites. So if you wanted to start visiting parks, you could look at this list and visit some. And this book is for the library here at the Children's Hospital, so you all can look at it.